Hi, welcome to 9.9 Comics with Chris and Kyle.
I am Kyle.
And I'm Chris. And today we're going to start things off with the raffle.
The raffle that we told you about last episode. We're going to do it live here, and as you can see, we have...
Quite a few.
Yes, quite a few entries. So if you want to shake it up, and then I will blind pick, I will blind choose. Raffle music, raffle music.
I wanted to spread them out real well.
And the winner is...
Dominic!
What? So, Dom, please come in and claim your $25 prize. I mean, you've earned it, man. All the awesome art you put back into the community.
Oh, I love your covers.
Yeah, the covers are great. The bikes
It's just
are awesome.
they always sell out before I get here.
Right. So, yeah. Dominic is our winner for episode 50 raffle. And thank you for showing your support. Yeah. And I think we can get started with the show. All right, we are going to start off with Marvel Comics with their release of Invincible Iron Man number 600, and this is a keystone issue. Yeah, it's a really big deal. This is not only Brian Michael Bendis' last issue with Marvel Comics altogether before he moves over to DC and starts his writing for Action Comics, but it is also going to be the return of Tony Stark to Iron Man. Finally! Oh my God!
And
finally,
we get to figure out what's going to happen with Victor Von Doom.
Right,
so
which as you all know who've been watching Infamous Iron Man, I hold it close to my heart. Dr. Doom as Iron Man is one of the coolest things
art
ever.
From Infamous Iron Man artist Alex Maleev,
who is going to be at MegaCon, so you don't want to miss that.
You can totally get this signed next week at MegaCon.
Correct. So, a little synopsis on it. Brian Michael Bendis ends his Marvel tenure with this very special, oversized anniversary issue. Tony Stark is back, but in what form? At least 5 huge surprises await new and old fans alike. Industry legend Brian Michael Bendis drops his final Marvel comic to end an era, and he's going out big. The supersized anniversary extravaganza, that's a tongue twister, features artistic contributions from a bevy of Bendis' collaborators, all these tongue twisters, from over the years, including Jim Chung, David Marquez, Mike Deodato Jr., Mark Bagley, Leonel Francis Yu, and Daniel Acuna, and a few other surprises. All this and a huge new villain arises. So this is going to be a new villain, guys, a first appearance. And the futures of Tony, Riri Williams, and Victor Von Doom are all revealed. So finally, if you guys have been reading Iron Man like I have, then
no.
So what do you mean?
No, I was just joking.
Huge
Iron Man fan.
So I've been waiting for what they're gonna do with Victor Von Doom, especially since he's been Iron Man. I kind of don't want it to end as him as Iron Man, but it kind of has to happen sometime. Tony Stark needs to be back, and also it'll be interesting what they're gonna do with Riri. But that's all for Iron Man issue 600. Don't miss it. And it actually almost got edged out. It did get edged out for the 9.9 no-brainer. So that's how big of a deal it's going to be. Next, we have Hunt for Wolverine Mystery Madripoor, number 1 of 4. This is a interesting. It's a new part for Hunt for Wolverine, of course. I already said that.
I'm like most excited for this one because of the characters in it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm also like another one.
Yeah. But I'll give you guys a rundown on it. What mayhem has the return of the mutant with metal claws caused in Madripoor? When Wolverine's former alter ego, Patch, is sighted on the streets of Madripoor, the infamous island of ill repute, Kitty Pryde pulls together a group of Logan's closest friends to try and find him. Storm, Rogue, Psylocke, Domino, and Jubilee. Love me some Jubilee. What they discover is a twisted cabal of crime, and dark mysteries that will take these X-Men from the depths of Lowtown to the stars circling overhead in the hunt for Wolverine. There is a parental advisory on this one, so that means there's going to be some good writing. And this one is back order out of stock, so that means everyone's already bought all the issues. There's gonna that could mean it's going into second print if they decide not to print any more. but they rarely ever do, especially for a high-print Marvel comic.
I think it's going to do well because mostly because of the characters. I mean, you have Domino, Storm, Rogue, Psylocke, and Jubilee in one comic.
Right.
It's huge. It's awesome. And it's not a regular X-Men comic.
Right, and I mean, with Deadpool 2 coming out in a few days, actually, Domino is going to blow up. Next, Infinity Countdown, Darkhawk, number 1. On Earth, Chris Powell is a patrol officer with the NYPD protecting and serving the people of New York. But out in space, he is Darkhawk, the galaxy's only line of defense against the return of the ancient army of the Fraternity of Raptors. Spinning out of the Infinity Countdown storyline, the Hawk is back to fight for justice from the edge of Manhattan to the edge of the universe. So, it's an Infinity Countdown with Darkhawk. Of course, it's going to be nice to have a new storyline with Darkhawk, especially.
Not gonna lie, I don't really know anything about Darkhawk, but the
Darkhawk.
The Fraternity of Raptors has me intrigued.
Yes,
what are those?
I'm going to be a Fraternity of Raptors fan. Like a college fraternity shirt, but
it's Raptor on it. Velociraptor.
Yeah, and then that's it for Marvel. Moving into DC, we have Justice League No Justice number 3 of 4. So this is No Justice. If you guys have been following it, has been a really great run. They've introduced a new villain to the DC universe. Those are the 4 Titans. I can't remember all the names of them. Entropy. Anyway, all the rest of the names of the Titans. But the 4 Titans, and there's 4 corresponding trees. There's Entropy, Wisdom, and the other 2 escape me. But then the Justice League is split into 4 different teams to go after each of the trees to save the Titan, to save them from the Titans. It's a whole convoluted.
All of this is happening because of the universe rendering effects of Dark Knight's Metal.
Right.
And you also are getting a new Green Lantern color, the Ultraviolet Lantern.
Correct.
And that's going to be Jon Stewart.
My man.
Hooray! It's not more Hal Jordan nonsense.
Yeah, right. I've been waiting for Jon Stewart to blow up again. But of course, it's only a short run and it's weekly, so it's going to be over soon. And not only that, but the storyline is real tight. I'm really enjoying it. And then moving on, we have actually that's it for DC. So moving into Image, we have Skyward number 2. That's the one that we talked about a few episodes ago about gravity becoming, I believe it was like half of what it was on Earth. My Logi Life, Part 2. Willa's dad claims he knows how to fix the world. Willa thinks he's a crazy old man. The truth lies down on the streets, where the rich live, staying as far away from the deadly sky as possible. There, they use the latest technology to pretend G-Day never happened, and Willa quickly discovers that they aren't friendly to outsiders. So it sounds like they run into a colony of people who have mocked gravity.
Earthers.
Yeah, Earthers. You dang Earthers!
It's like nowadays all the rich want to live in the clouds, and this one all the rich want to be back on the planet.
Everything's tied down with strings. No, we don't want to change with the times. But that's Skyward number 2. It's a really interesting thing. I mean, Earth having lower. I've always dreamed about that as a kid, honestly. And going to the moon, but that's another story. We'll save that for another time.
We'll save that for when you're an old man.
Yeah, man, I wanted to go to the moon. And then moving on to Dark Horse, we have Black Hammer, Age of Doom number 2. Black Hammer is already well-established story, so it's not really much speculation there, but it is a big deal.
I like this cover.
Right, the cover's pretty cool with the devil. So the Eisner Award-winning superhero saga returns as new Black Hammer Lucy Weber fights her way out of this gritty new dimension. She finds herself caught in hell itself and up against trickster demons, Satan, and a bizarro emo god.
Bizarre
emo god.
What?
I don't want to live anymore. But I mean, it's Black Hammer, so you can't argue with the stats. You're gonna want to look at it.
All right, moving on from there, we're gonna get into Titan Comics with Dark Souls: Age of Fire number 1
Dark Souls
of 4. So this is a direct tie-in to the Dark Souls 1 game being re-released on the Nintendo Switch in 2018. Everything's getting ported to the Switch.
It deserves it. It's a good concept.
It's dope. Everything being portable, awesome. Anyways, written by superstar writer Ryan O'Sullivan, returned to the very beginning of the Dark Souls story with a dramatic retelling of the legends of Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, and Knight of Artorias. So it's one of the video game comics, but it is one of the most popular video game series in the RPG fan base, and I imagine because it's got a great story. Moving on from there into IDW Publishing, we have Star Trek The Next Generation Through the Mirror number 4 cover A is going to be showing.
Right. Where I'm supposed to be. So
we've talked about this, and the first Mirror Broken series did really well. This series is doing really well. And for a Star Trek comic, that's a huge deal.
And it's also a gem of the month.
It is a gem of the month.
And I got lucky. I found the original series Mirror Broken #1 first print. Sha-sha!
From there, this one is a huge deal out of IDW. It's TMNT Urban Legends #1.
Right.
So this is awesome. Summary of this. This is it, fans. You demanded it, and IDW Publishing listened. The entire Image Comics TMNT run, aka TMNT Volume 3, reproduced for the first time ever in full 4-color glory. Join creators Gary Carlson and Frank Fosco as they take the heroes in a half shell on some of their most amazing and dangerous and bizarre adventures ever, culminating in 3 brand new issues, number 24 through 26, written and drawn by original creators Gary Carlson and Frank Fosco, completing this long-beloved storyline at last. In this premiere issue, the TMNT and Master Splinter are attacked in their lair by a group of cyborgs led by the female ninja called Pimiko. Pimiko?
Yeah, I believe it's a new character.
Before the attack is over, one family member will fall, and one will be lost. Don't miss your chance to get in on the ground floor of the entire TMNT Image experience. Colors by IDW TMNT veteran Adam Guzowski, TMNT Color Classics, featuring new cover art by Frank Fosco and TMNT co-creator Kevin Eastman. So this is a huge deal.
Right.
Good re-release and new content ending the story off properly.
Right.
Another one out of IDW Publishing, another #1, Delta 13 #1. Summary of this: who knows what mysteries lie deep in the asteroid belt? When a mysterious, huge, and previously undiscovered asteroid looms over their ship, a small crew of blue-collar workers discover a terrifying threat unlike anything they've ever seen. Sounds like Alien.
Right.
Now the crew must escape the asteroid, but even if they do, will they be able to escape each other and anything they bring back with them? A chilling and thrilling new tale from writer Steve Niles, 30 Days of Night in the October Faction, and artist Nat Jones from Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer. So this sounds fun. It sounds like a little sci-fi horror, kind of like Alien did.
Right, and it's from the writer of 30 Days of Night, which
is a huge horror.
Right.
Moving into there, into Aftershock Comics, Brothers Dracula #2.
It's Cullen Bunn.
Cullen Bunn. It's a growing up story of Vlad the Impaler.
Right.
And his brother when they were imprisoned in the Ottoman Empire. Throw in actual vampires into this story, and awesomeness ensues. So we've talked about the first one, and
it actually did very well.
It did amazingly well. It's sold out in store. I think I got one of the last copies. You got the last copy.
I got literally the last copy.
Moving on from there, also out of Aftershock Comics, Her Infernal Descent #2. So we've talked about this one before. Infernal Descent's doing really well. Aftershock is doing great horror comic stuff, and it's always on point with their comics. So definitely be keeping up with them.
Right. And the other thing you guys should be keeping up with is the 9.9 no-brainer!
So this week is a really big deal, and it's already on back order, not stocked. It's a Marvel comic, and it's Black Panther #1. And the image I believe we're showing is the Art Germ variant.
I'm gonna have the Art Germ up here.
And it's taking Black Panther in a new direction. So a brief summary of it: a bold new direction for the Black Panther. For years, T'Challa has fought off invaders from his homeland, protecting Wakanda from everything from meddling governments to long-lost gods. Now he will discover that Wakanda is much bigger than he ever dreamed. Across the vast multiverse lies an empire founded in T'Challa's name. Readers caught a glimpse of it in Marvel Legacy #1. Now find out the truth behind the intergalactic empire of Wakanda. I'm gonna butcher this. Ta-Nehisi Coates welcomes aboard fan favorite artist Daniel Acuna for a Black Panther story unlike any other. Rated teen.
I am really intrigued on this one for the fact. I mean, you're expanding the Marvel universe with a galactic Wakandan empire.
Although you don't need to expand the Marvel universe too much, no.
Yeah, in the past it's proven to be not a good thing, but with this, it's not too big of a change. It's like literally just something cool. It's like, hey, they've been in space.
Yeah. So
I like it.
This is a pretty cool change. And it ties back to Marvel Legacy #1.
Right.
Which
kind of explains why it was so long. Long.
When I read Marvel Legacy #1, I didn't understand what the big deal about it was, and it's because of all the groundwork it laid. Which back then, when you first read it, everything was completely irrelevant.
Right.
Like everything was irrelevant.
Right. You gotta build a road before you put houses on it.
That was putting houses. That was putting like roofs on the ground somewhere.
Yeah.
Just like what is this?
There are roofs here now. I guess houses will be there eventually.
But this is a huge deal, and especially with how much critical acclaim the Black Panther movie's gotten,
right,
and all of that. So we expect it to be highly collectible.
I'm pretty sure Infinity War might have beaten it out, but I think it was before Infinity War the highest-grossing superhero film ever created.
Yes, Infinity War is the highest-grossing movie ever created.
Right. And granted, it is a 3-hour-long movie, and it is encompassed. It was literally probably 4 different movies put into one.
Yeah, it was great. But I think that about wraps it up.
Right.
Congratulations to our winner of the raffle.
Yeah, so make sure to come and claim your prize. You're the man, and as well as the rest of you are also the men, as well as you ladies. You are the ladies. Thank you for watching for 50 whole episodes. And 51 now. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment.
And have a good night.
And I'm not done yet. Not yet. And share.
No, I'm just letting them know to remember to have a good night.
Yeah, I'm sure no matter what time of the day they're watching this, they'll remember to have a good night. Thank you, Chris. So remember to, and also get your friends to the 9.9 Comics with Chris and Kyle group, because we do put groundbreaking news for big stuff that's going to come out on there, and then
give you a heads up well before the show covers it.
And the show is like, hey, that's this week, bro. But yeah, it's a good one. Have a good one, guys. I almost said night. Dang it.